I know kids around the Delaware Valley woke up this morning and said, I want an El Torito t-shirt. So they came out to the ballpark today. That's the giveaway, and it's a great one. It's the finale of this 3-game series between the Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers, and all children 14 and under get that great t-shirt. It's Weekends with Schmidt, presented by AT PHI Markets. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Crook and also Mike Schmidt. It's only appropriate that the El Torito t-shirt is being given out here today at Citizens Bank Park because he's our topic today in the open when talking about the Phillies. There are a couple of hitters that are red hot for the Phils, but he is the leader of the pack right now.
Yeah, Tommy. He's red hot. And also, I might add, playing a really good center field. I'll tell you what, Odubel Herrera's highlights from last night are coming up right here now. This is a double to center field, and Odubel gives that nice bat flip, which you all love right there. He thinks it's going out of the park on a fly, and it did go out of the park, but not on a fly. There's a home run. We're down 8-1 at the time. He jumped on an early fastball right there, drove it in the right field seats. He's feeling it, man. Right here, rope over the line. First base, another double. Give you the horns. Here it comes right here now. And his last hit was a chopper over the first base. 4 hits in last night's game. Here's what he's done since the break. In 8 games, what I like is that 500 on base percentage right there, and doubles. You know, his double last night, one of his doubles got him right behind Daniel Murphy with 30, I believe 31 doubles now, which was a fantastic number. Odubel Herrera brings tremendous energy to the team. Little Pete Rose-like, incites the opposition, loves to play the game, and he's fun to watch. So let's watch him again today. He is hot.
Well, hopefully he can stay hot and the Phils can win this series against the Brewers. They also have to slow down a guy that is hot for Milwaukee. It's remarkable. You had good numbers at Joe Robbie Stadium. You had good numbers in Cincinnati during your career. Ryan Braun has been ridiculous here in this ballpark.
Yeah, we caught a break in the first game of this series. He didn't play because of a wrist injury, but apparently that wrist got awful healthy overnight because against Jeremy Hellickson, he wasted no time in getting the Milwaukee Brewers on the board. There you see a 2-run double right there. He advances to third on the throw home to try to get Thames, and then what they thought put the game out of reach, a long home run off of Jeremy Hellickson. You see the high jump 5 and all that stuff, but that they thought that put it ahead, but you know, we came back. Of course, we lost it late in the game, but if we're going to win this game, these numbers have to slow up a little bit, and you would think the law of averages would eventually catch up, but it don't look like he wants to stop. But if we're going to beat him and win this series, we got to contain this man today.
I would think that the folks down in South Florida are doing the same kind of thing when he comes to the ballpark, hitting 442 there, hitting just under 400 here at Citizens Bank Park. It is the finale of this 3-game series. Jared Eichhoff looking for his second win. Junior Guerra on the mound for the Brewers. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. The starting 9 is out at the positions of their favorite Phillies player. What a great afternoon for some of those youngsters to get a chance to get an autograph from their favorite Phillies player. It's a El Torito t-shirt given out today. And there's El Torito signing an autograph for one of the starting 9 here at Citizens Bank Park. It's the finale of this 3-game series, the Phils and the Brewers. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, Jonathan Villar leads it off at second base. Then Eric Thames and Ryan Braun. Travis Shaw is starting to churn a little bit against the Phils. He'll bat cleanup. Santana's been red hot. Pena's been solid. And the bottom third of Phillips, Arcia, and Junior Guerra. They will face right-hander Jared Eichhoff. Eichhoff 1-7 on the year with an ERA of 4.83. 81 strikeouts at 87 2/3. Not bad his last time out, but he did give up 5 earned runs. It seemed like it was an up and down outing for Jared Eichhoff, John, but they hope he can continue to progress as the season moves on.
Yeah, it was a battle for him, and Pete had to get him out a little earlier than what he thought in that game, but 2 wins in a row, and you see the scouting report, 90, 91 change curve slider. 0-2 against these Brewers, though, with an ERA of almost 7. So got some work to do because they're swinging the bats pretty good.
Yeah, those numbers were from last year. That's the only time he has faced the Milwaukee Brewers, and this lineup is better than the one the Brewers had last season. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Johnny, let's start off with you.
Well, clean it up. Last night got a little sloppy at times for the Phillies. They didn't execute, missed signs, couple errors here and there. They need to clean it up if they want to beat this team.
And Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, mine is you got to have a short memory in this game. I'll tell you, last night was a rough one. Coming all the way back from being down 8-1. Exciting comeback. Tied the darn thing up, had some momentum. It had a little communications issue with some signs. Kind of shut that inning down, and then the Brewers got one and beat them 9-8. And that's tough. That's a tough loss. So you got to have a short memory, man. We're back out here today, and you got to play a ball game.
Well, that was last night's starter for the Brewers, Brent Suter, who went 6 innings. When he left, everything was right in the world for the Milwaukee Brewers, and he was on his way to his 2nd major league victory. But as Mike said, the Phillies came back and tied it against the Brewers bullpen, which has been good against everybody else and just not good against the Phils.
It's just nice to see how the Phillies battled. You know, when you're this many games out of first place, this many games under 500, you know, once they got that 8-1 lead, like Michael said, you could shut it down. I mean, mentally, you could just shut it down and start thinking about the next day. But they fought back and said that 1 inning had the momentum going in that double play.
Yeah, and he did miss the sign, as you guys mentioned. No balls and 1 strike to Villar, who's hitting .223 with 8 home runs and 30 runs batted in. He was 1 for 4 earlier in this series and 5 for 17 against the Phillies this year. Checks his swing at a pitch upstairs, and it's 2-1. That's listed as a slider. I think that was a curve that just went awry. 77, yeah, 77 miles an hour. Over to second base on 1 hop. Should be an easy play. It is for Hernandez. 1 out here in the first. And Eric Thames will be the hitter.
Cesar smooth at second base. Ball hit pretty crisply on 1 hop right to his right. Eases over.
Yeah, no off days for the Phillies regulars either today. Sometimes Sundays is used as an off day, but not for this group. Thames is 3 for 8 this series, and he takes strike 1.
I mean, besides Freddie, though, I mean, most of the guys out there, the other 7, have had numerous off days.
Very true. There's Cameron Rupp, who had a big home run last night. Andrew Knapp back behind the plate today. At the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Thames. Eichhoff last time out allowed 5 earned runs, walked 4. I think that was the issue for him. 4 walks and 8 strikeouts, and he picks up his first strikeout of the day on a curveball.
A little bite to it there. That's a good sign.
2 outs. Ryan Braun is coming up. Last night he was bringing the lumber, brought to you by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine.
Yeah, there's that home run on a pitch. It was really not an awful pitch, but you know, when you hit as many home runs as he has, you kind of understand how that goes. But one hit away, triple away from the cycle, and he was bringing the lumber last night.
Yeah, Braun was a triple away from the cycle. Shaw was a triple away from the cycle. Braun now 271 with 12 homers and 31 runs batted in.
So was Odubel.
And so was Odubel. Odubel's probably had the best chance of the 3 because of his speed.
Yeah, it's a tough triple ballpark. Unless you go out by the 409 sign.
Up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't know if that was
it was
on purpose or by accident, but we'll see if it's effective.
It was on purpose by accident.
See his numbers here at this ballpark and overall against the Phillies. Topper left side. Galvis hesitated, thinking Franco was going to get it, and the throw to first on 1 hop dug out by Tommy Joseph. And it turns out to be a rather easy inning for Jared Eichhoff. Nothing across for the Brewers, an 11-pitch inning that takes us to the bottom of the first. Be at the top of this Phillies order today to try to get the offense rolling once again. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Cesar and Freddie are followed by Howie Kendrick, Maikel Franco, and Nick Williams. Odubel Herrera flip-flops with Tommy Joseph today. And then Andrew Knapp bats 8th. Eichhoff, of course, 9th. And they will face right-hander Junior Guerra, whose velocity is up over his last couple of starts. The key to him is his split, and that's been pretty effective when he's on, but his earned run average is still rather high because he's allowed a lot of base runners.
Yeah, a ton of base runners, a lot of walks, and this is basically the same as Eichhoff, except he throws a splitter. 91, almost 92 on the average fastball. Opponent's average on his curve almost 390, which is.
He needs to can that pitch if there isn't 400 on it.
Well, Cesar will lead it off. Cesar 1 for 7 in the series. Yeah, the first pitch outside. It's 1-0. Cesar has 5 hits since returning from the disabled list. And it's 2 balls and no strikes.
You got to be patient with this man.
Guerra is 32 years old. He did not make it to the major leagues until he was 30. He was signed as a free agent by the Atlanta Braves when he was 16 years old, and then didn't come to the States to play until he was 20, and eventually was let go by the Braves at the age of 26. Went to the Mets, and then eventually made it to the big leagues with the White Sox in 2015. Talk about perseverance. There are a lot of games and innings on that arm. And a looper out towards short, caught by Arcia. And one out here in the first.
Looks like that ball got in on the hands a little bit.
Here's Freddie Galvis. Galvis has hit it in 5 straight games, 3 for 9 in this series. Average of .254, 11 homers and 41 runs batted in. We got to the bottom of the number of players that have played in every game this year for their respective teams. And Freddie is one of 10 in Major League Baseball. 5 in the National League, 5 in the American League. In the National League, it's Inciarte and Markakis for Atlanta. Votto with Cincinnati. Marcelo Zuna for Miami. And Freddie. And in the American League, it's some of the names we talked about last night. Escobar for the Royals, Hosmer for the Royals, Mark Trumbo, Odor for Texas, and Jose Bautista for the Blue Jays. Even with all the injuries he sustains during the course of his career, he's played in every game this year.
They've had almost everyone else injured on that team. He's the only one that stayed healthy. Trumbo, of course, DHs most of the time. So, I mean, is that really like playing every game?
Well, in the terms of the American League,
no,
yes, it is.
I understand that, but you know, some of these guys in the American League, their off day they get 4 at bats.
That is very true. Outside 2-2. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Dave Schimpf of Lansdale. Phillies hit a homer in today's ball game, then Dave will win $100. Introducing the new signature crafted recipes at McDonald's. I'm loving it. 3-2.
You know, when you play every day, I mean, people got to realize you play injured a lot. You play little naggers, nagging injuries around your body, sore wrist, get hit by a pitch, you play. Sometimes you play with a little pulled muscle.
Yeah, Freddie had that earlier this year with his hamstring. He felt it pull from time to time. Pulls it to the right side, and it's booted. 11th error of the year for VR. Phillies have a base runner here in the first.
Now make them pay. They made us pay last night when we made ours. Now make them play. Make them pay. Yeah, just a routine ground ball. That
you don't see it very often, but putting the ball in play, you
yeah,
never know what can happen.
You know, they always say, "Oh, you know, keep your head down." He kept his head down. He kept his eye on the ball. He just missed it. It happens.
Yeah, we saw that first baseman last night.
Yeah. Bing.
Yeah, right off his glove. Yeah, so the middle infield guys, they have 25 errors between them. Howie the opposite way. Santana. 2 outs here in the first. And here's Franco.
Hendrick continues to hit line drives using the entire field.
Howie Kendrick came into this ball game with 2 hits and 6 at-bats against the Brewers. I didn't realize how high his numbers were at this ballpark in his career, even though he has spent a majority of that time in the American League with the Angels, a couple of years with the Dodgers, but he's among the leaders in batting average here at Citizens Bank Park. He came into today hitting .330.
What? Apparently our pitching is very hospitable.
Yes, it is. little soft toss over.
Need to get Franco back on the ball. He's went back to that little pull off the last couple games. You get him staying on balls, driving him the other way. Think there's a big hole between first and second.
That's even bigger than last night.
Well, there's no one there.
Yeah.
Look, that's the second baseman. Well, now I can't draw.
And you know
there's the second baseman where that's the second baseman over there. Look at this. I mean, that's,
you know, he can do that too. It's just a matter of
looky there.
wanting.
Now I got it. Look at that. How do you make an out?
The temptation to hit the ball to the pull side has affected hitters since the game was started. It's funny, Franco's usually got that bat going around up there. He's standing up there nice and quiet.
Yeah, I think that's part of his adjustment these last couple weeks, is changing his hands, changing his movement.
Getting a sharp eye by his hitting coach, Matt Stairs.
Got to give it to Matt, though. He very rarely changes his expression, although he did have a little shake of the head there. .275 during the month of July for Franco. Inside, 2-2.
That was close. Was that inside, or was it high, or was it both?
I think it might have been both. Take a look at our pitch cast presented by Mazda.
I guess both.
Yeah.
Playing with fire, pitching him inside.
In the dirt, about 5 feet in front of the plate, and now it's 3-2.
John, you see what I'm talking about, though? How as the pitcher's in his stretch, getting ready to deliver the ball, Franco has really he's kind of standing, I don't want to say stiff, but without a lot of movement. He just kind of rocks his bat, moves his body a little bit in rhythm with the pitcher.
He started that right after the break. And, I mean, it was working great for him.
Right now, see, right now. And it might be something that Matt worked with him with, the bat on the shoulder kind of. You see right now how quiet he is.
Runner goes, and the pitch is swung on and foul tipped. That is the split that Guerra throws so well when he's on. No runs, no hits. There was one Brewers error and one man left. We have played one. To the second we go. State Farm best combo. State Farm here to help life go right. And we look at Travis Shaw and Domingo Santana, what they've done in the month of July. They've combined for 47 hits, 8 home runs, and 25 runs batted in. And it just so happens that they will hit 1 and 2 here in the top of the second for Milwaukee. Shaw swings at the first pitch into shallow right field.
The shift ball.
Yep.
We saw that plenty of times with Ryan Howard hitting that rocket ground ball that's normally a base hit right in that hole, and there's a man standing there. How would that affected you, John, when you played?
I think I would have enjoyed it if they'd have shifted, open up a bigger hole.
You were more of a use the whole field.
Yeah, I remember the Braves were the first team with Jimmy Williams. Jimmy was big on shifting, and they always tell you, look around and tell you how they're going to pitch you. And the outfielders were shaded the other way, but the infielders were playing me to pull, so I got really confused.
Well, it's kind of like Ryan Howard situation. They played him straight away in the outfield, way around in the infield.
1-2 to Domingo Santana.
What a writer asked me this morning, we're talking about strikeouts, and what I thought about players like Ryan Howard, let's say, bunting the ball the other way or trying to beat the shift, trying to hit the ball the other way. And I said, I want to hear your opinion on that. Is it something you think they should do, try to do more, try to learn to do more, try to change the shift? You think that's what the opposition wants them to do?
I've talked to both sides, and
Williams over toward the line and into the seats.
And the defensive shifting side told me that they don't mind giving up a single on a bunt, as opposed to him. David Ortiz was the example we were using, and as opposed to him hitting a homer. But my thought process was, okay, if he hits 40 homers, what's he doing his other 520 at bats or whatever? You're just going to give him hits? I think certain situations, especially with a guy like Ryan Howard, Jim Thome, who's a big shift, David Ortiz, late in the game, you're down 2, leading off an inning. Why not push a bunt down there and get on base?
It's something you have to be comfortable doing, though, and you have to have done it in a game situation. I mean, it's not, in batting practice, you can hit one over there all you want.
All day.
But in a game when you don't know what's coming and the guy's throwing 90, 95, it's a whole different story hitting that ground ball the other way, or pushing a bunt over there.
Curveball inside. It's 3-2. He has not found the crispness of that curveball just yet.
No, he's lucky too that a couple of them weren't hit really hard.
Throws another one, and it hits foul. I always just remember what Jim Thome said. People asked Jim about that too, and he said he would never try to do it. He said, because that means I am playing into the hands of the defense. Because people would always say it to Jim too, try to lay one down, particularly if he was struggling. And he would use that, that the old adage, I'm getting paid to hit homers, not to bunt.
You're paid to get on base too and score runs.
But then I wondered if Ryan had gotten that from him too, because they played together for a short period of time. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Santana.
Yeah, and again, if it's a pitcher you handle, it's a different story. But if it's a guy you might struggle against, like a lefty for Ryan Howard, who Ryan later on in his career struggled against lefties, drop one down, get on base.
That was the slider from Eichhoff.
You notice how happy they are when they squib one the opposite way and get a hit, a cue shot, Broken bat ball that goes the opposite way. They're standing on first base. What a beautiful thing that is, right? When that happens, but they won't do it. I think with you know, leading off an inning, 2 runs down, John, as you said, I think it's a great play. In fact, but then again, you know, if you do it once, how many times do you have to do it before the shift changes?
That's what I always wondered, what number it would be.
I watched a game where David Ortiz bunted one hard like Sutter did last night, and he got a double. A bunt double. He bunted it, and, you know, the shortstop was, or the third baseman was playing almost, you know, like a pull side to a lefty hitter. And it was right down the line, and the left fielder was, of course, playing him over way into left center. He got a double.
Matt Garza's going to think about what he's going to do with that foul ball. Outside, 3-1 to Manny Pena, 3 for 10 against the Phils so far this year, with Brett Phillips waiting on deck. And a liner down the left field line, and foul.
I had opportunities late in my career to beat a shift, and I couldn't talk myself into it.
Would they play you to pull?
No, about the biggest shift I would have had on me would have been second baseman, kind of up the middle. I never remember shifting me to the point where they bring the second baseman around and putting a shortstop in short left.
Line drive, base hit it to left field. So Pena has the first hit of the day for the Brewers. And Brett Phillips is coming up. MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for more information. Phillips is 1 for 8 in this series. And he pops it up foul, and it's 0-1.
Ooh. Now there's a couple there. Is that a couple? And they were both. She was ready for it. He was ready for it. He should have said, "Honey, I'll take care of this. Don't bust a fingernail on this thing."
He was a little taller, so he was able to deflect it. Upstairs, 1-1. Just missing a hair off the plate on a few of these pitches. And now it's 2-1. I think that's the area he wants those pitches to be, but he's just getting it, you know, a few inches inside too far. Three and 2. That'll send Pena off the first base bag on this pitch.
It's a good pitch. That was kind of 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, that's where his fastball's been, 89, 90. Hasn't really been at 93 where it was last year. Runner goes. 3-2 is whacked through the hole on the right side. Pena is going to go to third. And the Brewers now with first and third with 2 men down.
And that hole at you old lefties.
Man, And that was even with after Tommy moved back. 3-2, not holding the runner. You see that, still that big hole.
Well, you're right. He wasn't holding him on right there,
No.
but that still is that hole.
Yeah.
That hole that Mike Schmidt's been jealous about for his entire
30
adult
years.
life. Yeah.
Game set up for left-handed hitters.
Here's Arcia. Arcia hitting .283 with 9 homers.
Whoever invented the game, that was a good curveball right there. It might have been left-handed.
Abner. I think Abner was lefty.
I remember we were talking to George Brett on the air, and you said that same thing to him.
Well, what is the reason to run to the right to the first base? Why not run to the left? I mean, would a committee vote on that or something?
I don't know.
It's actually counterclockwise.
That is true.
I got a headache thinking about this.
You know my old theory on that, right? Every odd innings you go to the left, even innings you go to the right.
Can you imagine the mass confusion that would cause?
Man.
You'd have a routine grounder to second. Third baseman forgets he's the one who has to cover first.
Exactly.
He gets hit
That's
right
exactly
in the
right.
coconut.
There's some thinking involved here now. You wouldn't just be able to stand there with your hand on your hip.
We are reinventing the game of baseball.
Don't forget your first base. Franco, you got first.
Besides the guy that pitched last night, how many
You mean the
Ivy
guy
Leaguers you think were?
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Arcia.
Takes a Harvard guy, right?
Checked his swing again. No swings as the first base umpire. It's 1-2. And up to second base goes Phillips. So now 2 in scoring position.
And you got Junior Guerra, who hasn't got a hit yet this year. And Arcia will chase. So you don't have to throw him a strike here. If he wants to get himself out, then let him.
Yeah, but you got that runner on third, and you start thinking, well, I want to bounce a couple or miss the plate with some breaking balls to get him to chase. Early in the game, I guess there's plenty of time. He's hitting 8th for a reason.
Pulls it foul.
He's hit 283 though.
Yeah, he's looked good in some ABs.
Yeah.
That we've watched over the last couple weeks.
Now he's a guy that you would probably have a field day watching, because up until 2 strikes, it's not a leg kick. He kind of just lifts his leg up and it kind of drifts around home.
You got a little Freddie Galvis in him.
But now watching now with 2 strikes, he'll just take 1 step and then step again. He doesn't have that leg kick type thing.
Curveball out to left center field. Odubel on the run, and he'll get there. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. It hung up there nicely. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left in scoring position. It was a 28-pitch inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. them the protection they deserve. A State Farm agent is here to help with the right home and auto coverage and discounts too. Talk to a Philadelphia area State Farm agent or call 800 State Farm. Last the second, it'll be Nick Williams, Odubel Herrera, and Tommy Joseph against Junior Guerra.
Guy that wants you to say hello to a good friend of mine, Sal Payon.
Hey, Sal Payon, how are you?
John Kruk.
It's John Kruk.
Sal Payon.
Sal just said he couldn't find any Reese's cups. I got plenty, Sal. I'm good. Yeah.
Sal's a season ticket holder. Here's your chair, Sal. You're going to sit here and watch us make up stories here for an inning.
You're going to watch us make some magic is what you're going to do.
Sal doesn't hear well. So we got to speak louder.
Should have put him in the booth.
Oh, you're on
Larry.
camera. You're going to be on camera here, brother.
There's Sal. Sal, say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody on the camera.
Why didn't you put him in the booth with Larry if they can't hear? And Larry get
Larry Anderson.
Great.
Yeah, we're there.
Larry does have trouble.
Anyway, Sal's a expert on hitting the baseball. And
most season ticket holders are, Mike.
Maybe we can let him critique a base hit here if we could get a couple.
Well, Nick Williams is going to lead it off. Williams hitting .308 with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in.
Sal's been a Phillies season ticket holder his whole life.
1 ball and 1 strike.
He's here because he's a big contributor to my fundraising efforts in Florida. And he bought a big auction item, which was sit in the booth for an inning.
Right.
If I could have told him it would be with John Kruk, I could have got more.
Shit, you'd had to pay him. You'd had to pay him to come up here, Smitty.
1 ball and 1 strike to Williams. And it's 1-2. Nick, so far this series is 2 for 8. And that pitch from Guerra was the split, which we've been talking about. It's his best pitch.
I think they're starting to catch on that Nick's an aggressive first ball hitter.
Outside, 2-2.
Pretty good view we have up here, huh, Sal?
It is a good view. People ask me about it all the time about this setup here. It's really the best in baseball, just from how big it is. And just the proximity to the field. 3-2.
That one came up a tad short.
A little bit. That's the second one he's thrown in front of the plate today. Giving Pena some practice.
It's amazing how easy how easy it looks to hit on TV up here. You know, how can he miss that pitch? How can he take that pitch? Being on the side of home plate's a whole different story.
Outside, ball 4. So he works out a walk. Second base runner for the Phillies. And here's Odubel Herrera. Time now for our Geico quote of the day. And it's Pete on Odubel's hitting. He goes into these little spells where he doesn't have the plate discipline, and then all of a sudden he comes out of it. He's kind of an up and down kind of guy. When he's hot, he's really hot. He's hard to figure out, but I'm glad he's pushing that average up and swinging the bat well. Pete had always said that he thought that Odubel could be a 300 hitter.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in the minor leagues prior to coming to the Phillies, didn't he lead a couple leagues in hitting?
He did. Yep. I think the first year he showed more plate discipline than what he has shown these last couple of years. That one's popped out to shallow left center. Arcia with the wind will take it back, and he's retired. 1 away. And here's Tommy Joseph coming up.
I don't mind aggressiveness on the first pitch. I think he hit a home run last night. Was on the first pitch, wasn't it? Against the left-hander.
Yes.
Yes.
Overall first pitch average in Major League Baseball is pretty darn high.
Very high. And that was a good pitch to hit. It just beat him.
And I think if you're facing a guy like Guerra, his split is his best pitch. So if you can get him early with a fastball, it may give you a better chance. Tommy is 15 home runs, 45 runs batted in. 3 for 19 against the Brewers. Ooh, they had Williams leaning, but he does get back.
We don't need any pickoffs. Cardinals overtook us.
Yes.
And getting picked off. We don't need any more. But yeah, you're right. Nick was leaning.
Clean it up, right?
A little too close for comfort.
Key to the game. Play a clean game, you got a good chance to win.
Especially the way the Phillies are swinging the bats.
Yep.
In the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes to Joseph.
I mean, we had all the momentum in the world in that 8th inning.
Especially when Freddie led off after the Rupp home run.
Right.
With a base hit. You know, I think I got that right last night.
Yeah,
I remember
Freddie got the base hit. Oh no, Cesar got the base hit. I'm sorry, Perkins got the base hit, and then Cesar bunted up high, 2-0.
Why do I think Freddie got a base hit to short center field after the rally was killed by the
yeah, after Rupp's home run.
Oh yeah, that was in the 7th inning. In the 8th inning, it was Perkins who hit the home run after Rupp's home run, and then Cesar bunted into the double play. Cameron Perkins. In the 7th inning, Freddie had the base hit to left center after the Cesar 3-run home run.
Okay, that's what it was. And remember I said sometimes home runs can be rally killers.
Yeah. 2 balls and 1 strike.
How did Knebel look to you, though, the closer?
I don't want to see him today.
No.
Two and 2. Tommy swinging a lot of bad balls yesterday and today. A lot of low fastballs, low pitches, unable to lay out. That's just a little bit of sign of anxiety. Starts going bad a little bit. You start not to trust your ability to wait. Hitting's all about getting a good pitch to hit, right, Sal? Got to get a good pitch to hit.
Ground ball, foul. Well, they're going soft with him too. And again, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Williams talking to Morandini over at first. Nick was stealing bags down in AAA. He's 0 for 2 here in the big leagues.
You know what kind of arm Pena has. He's tried to pick off everybody that gets on at some point.
Swing and a miss. 2nd strikeout for Guerra. Yeah, Pena's pretty sharp behind the plate. Nearly 30% of the runners trying to steal, he throws out.
Chased a couple in the dirt. That pitch is up and thrown by him.
Well, Andrew Knapp is now the hitter. The Phillies have had a base runner at each inning, but that base runner has been locked at first. Knapp hitting .263 with 3 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Outside, 1-0.
But you see the difference in Tommy's at bat. The 2-1 pitch bounced, he swung. He takes that pitch, it's a whole different at bat.
Two and 0. No swings as Eric Cooper.
Boy, the pace of this game is great.
He is slower when there's a guy on base.
I'm glad somebody else was noticing that.
Wow. I'll have to visit Frankie Two Scoop for some more ice cream. They had some Colombian coffee ice cream there. Maybe that'll wake me up.
It popped up left side of the infield. Shaw comes running over. Arce is on his tail, and Shaw makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and one man left. We played 2. Scoreless game. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, guys, who led the Brewers in saves in 1978 and 1980? Who led the Brewers in saves in 78 and 80?
I'm not even going to address that question. It's so easy.
Really? Answer will be revealed in just a little bit. That is incorrect, my friend John Kruk.
Well, then it's the other guy that we saw the other day.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Well, we go to the top of the third.
Yeah, that's who I would have said.
That's a good guess, too.
Not
John
right.
wrote down
Apparently
Raleigh Fingers,
right.
but that is incorrect.
All right, I'll take over.
Here's the first pitch
Moose
to
Haas.
Guerra. 1 ball and no strikes. Knapp off of the mask makes the catch. What away. We go back to the top of the order. Murph, take it away. What do you got?
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. Well, this was the scene before the game today. Aaron Altherr being put through the paces by Sean Ficasny as he kind of works his way back from that sore hamstring that he has. Had to put him on the disabled list. I had a chance to talk to Aaron in the dugout before the game, and I said, so how you feeling? I saw you out there on the field today. He said, I'm feeling pretty good. He said it's actually feeling very good at this point. Went through some agility drills. He also did some running. We've seen him out on the field taking some fly balls as well in the outfield. So he said, I think I'm going to be able to get back faster than a lot of people think. He's eligible to come off the DL later this week, guys.
And probably, Murphy, and correct me if I'm wrong, he'll be able to come off without any kind of rehab assignment because it hasn't been that long a period of time.
Yeah, I would think that would be correct. I mean, as long as he feels as though he hasn't lost that swing, as we know, and need to go down and get a couple of at-bats. And I don't think it's been long enough, so as long as he comes off after that 10-day period, which he is eligible to do at the end of this week, I would think that he'd be able to get right back into it. So it certainly would look very good having Aaron Altherr in the middle of this lineup, especially as well as the guys are swinging the bats right now. So hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later.
Well, and there's a traffic jam right now in the outfield because Kendrick is healthy, Odubel's healthy, Nick Williams is swinging the bat well, and Pete was asked about that, and he said, you know what, I'll deal with it when the time comes, but that is a good problem to have right now.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting, though, how he works it.
Yep, because he got Howie, he's healthy.
Yeah.
Odubel swinging the hot bat.
Nick Williams is
been good.
The top RBI guy in the It's the second half for the team.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Got a curveball outside, 3-2. And the other issue too is that Cesar's healthy, so any thought of Howie going to second base, that's out the door because you're not going to sit Cesar. Breaking ball and a strike 3 call. That's the best curve that he has thrown today.
A little late on that swing, Villar was.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what we have here. Nice little, yeah, I definitely caught the plate. Kind of froze the hitter who thought it was inside. And I should have swung at that ball. 2 strikes.
A little late to fight that one off.
That's popped foul over the third base side and into the upper deck. That's awfully close. Now that's a slider.
I hope the people all have their sunscreen on out here today as it pops through the clouds.
Partly sunny.
It's definitely not really sunny. Fastball, and it's in there, 1-2.
Breaking ball.
Threw him a fastball that ran away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Eichhoff. Now that's a solid inning right there. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers. Second 1, 2, 3 inning of the day. He has 4 strikeouts. We'll move to the bottom of the third in a scoreless game. Brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's, introducing the new signature crafted recipes at McDonald's. I'm loving it. Bottom of the third. Jared Eichhoff leads it off. It'll be Eichhoff, Cesar Hernandez, Freddie Galvis. Phillies looking for their first hit so far against Junior Guerra.
All right, what's going on?
I don't know. The catcher keeps pointing out to right field. Ball's popped foul to our right. 0-1.
Thinking about yelling out there, hey, you got to catch that ball, or you got to call it. Man.
They did use 2 hands. They just couldn't grab it. 0-2. Opposite way, off the glove of Thames. And the Phillies have a base runner for the 3rd consecutive inning. It's the first hit of the afternoon for the Phils.
You better check that glove. Throwing that glove. Maybe it's a little too high for him. Didn't have a good.
He definitely didn't time himself perfectly.
Didn't have a good leap right there.
That's the heart of the hide. The rolling's heart of the hide. Here's Cesar. Eichhoff not being held on as he leads off first. Thames is close by, though.
Here's where you got to watch Pena throwing behind him. Sure, Mickey's alerted Jared Eichhoff of that.
Yeah, we saw it the other night with Nola at second base where he threw behind him. Ball, 1 strike. It's almost as if everybody's swinging uphill or through water today. There's not a lot of crispness to the swings for either team, really, except for the Pena line drive to left field.
Day game after night game, maybe?
I don't know.
I was trying to think of an answer for that as well. That's what was going through my mind.
I know it's got me, but I'm 56.
Ground ball right side. Thames diving stop. It trickles away. Nobody's covering first, and everybody is safe. That'll be the 2nd straight hit for the Phils off the glove of Thames, and that means 2 on with nobody out for Freddie Galvis. Either way, Guerra's got to be over there.
Yeah, I would say Guerra has to be covering.
Can't be a spectator.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that was a line drive and Thames was catching in the air, but I mean, as soon as the ball's hit that way, you got to run that way. He must not have been watching. Thames is having a little struggle with. It'll hit the glove. It just doesn't stay in it.
We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Freddie reached on an error his first time up. He has Eichhoff at second base, Cesar at first. Outside, 1-0.
I guess Freddie's earned the right to not even have to consider bunting in this situation too early in the game.
Yeah, I don't think Pete's gun shy about it. But you're right. I think Freddie is swinging the bat well, at least in this series. Out front, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a splitter when you're behind in the count in the fastball count.
He's trying to get that ground ball, but man, after watching that right side perform defensively, I want to make him hit it to Arcia. It's short.
How'd he get out of the way of that?
I don't know.
Went right through him.
That's a good point there. Our producer just said, why did he get out of the way? I'm not used to somebody saying that quick to me in the ear, but you're right. It's the old let it hit you pitch there.
2 balls and 1 strike to Galvis, and he shoots it the other way. There's one, and he goes across the diamond for the double play.
Well, what are you going to do? You got to give Freddie credit for stinging the ball and get it on the ground. Good pass at it. Stuff like that happens in baseball.
Just so happened that Shaw was playing in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, 2 strikes. He's moved back, and who knows if that ball slices away from him. But because of where he was playing with the infield in, kind of an easy turn. Gotta like those double plays. You only have to make 1 throw.
Is that the 3rd one we've seen in this series?
Yep.
Howie flied out to right field his first time up. One ball and no strikes to Kendrick. Outside 2-0. Out to center field. Going back on it is Phillips. It looks like he's got a beat on it close to the fence, makes the catch 2 steps away. And the Phillies are retired here in the 3rd. They leave one in scoring position. We'll go to the 4th. Still no score. Toner be the 1 in 3 that epically fails. Order genuine HP toner cartridges from WB Mason. We'll deliver it straight to your printer for free. Nobody does it better than who? But WB Mason. Top of the 4th inning. Phillies with 2 hits. Brewers with 2 hits. Phillies had a chance to maybe take the lead in their half of the 3rd, but couldn't do that. Well, there is WWE's AJ Styles, who threw out the ceremonial first pitch before today's ball game to Nick Pivetta. Pivetta was all smiles when he caught that first pitch and took the photo. The WWE United States champion. And Ryan Braun will lead it off as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Braun grounded out his first time up. Nykoff tried that curve and it sailed high.
Looked like Ryan Braun was thinking about another fastball up and in. The way he reacted.
ball, 1 strike.
The thing I like about Ryan Braun is that he gets his arms extended, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. It's a short swing too.
Oh, it sure is. It's like almost like Chase. Remember how Chase used to kind of to get knocked down swing where there's not a big finish to it. It's just like he just fires that head down into the ball.
Out to center field. It's not deep. Cesar goes out under it. Just got to stay with some of these foul balls. You never know what's going to happen. Whoa, whoa, be careful, be careful. That's right.
That's the way I played the outfield. Played the outfield. Wait for it to start rolling, pick it up. Limit your error capability.
Upstairs, and it's 1-0.
Amazing numbers there for this time of the year. On schedule for 35 and 120, huh?
Well, it was a roll of the dice with the Red Sox. I guess they felt like Pablo would come back and be healthy at third, so they didn't need Shaw. They certainly could use him. Out toward right field. Williams over toward the line and out of play. That's a good way to catch it too.
Yeah, I don't think the Red Sox were sold that he could be an everyday third baseman. They didn't know how he would hit lefties or if he could hit lefties. I guess you find out once you're given the chance, aren't you?
Yep. And he has been doing that. He has hit left-handers. Two 1 pitch. I think that was a slider that almost looked like a cutter.
Where was it?
Must have been high, I guess.
Is the belt high now?
Depends on the umpire.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Out to right field. Williams is there. 2 outs. Domingo Santana's coming up, and he provides us with our Toyota Turning Point from last night. He's had a good season series against the Phillies. This drove in the eventual winning run in the top half of the 9th inning.
How many of those hits too have been right there between short and third? Even in Milwaukee.
Brewers won it by 1. It was another 1-run loss for the Phillies. Now 26 1-run losses. One and one.
Guys are hitting some bullets in these stands up here today.
Yes, they are.
I thought the big hit in the game last night was Shaw's sort of long single.
After in the 9th inning?
Yeah, I didn't. Let's see. Trying to remember back the sequence.
It's a double, then the fielder's choice on the bunt, and then he followed.
We made the Neris made that great play to third base.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Fly ball left center field. Odubel and Howie Kendrick are there. Odubel says he has it, and a 1-2-3 inning. Frykoff, he's retired 7 straight hitters. We'll move on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Phillies nothing and the Brewers nothing. Brought to you by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. Last of the fourth inning. And the Phillies will send Maikel Franco, Nick Williams, and Odubel Herrera to the plate. On Wednesday night, we are going to be right out where those four folks are above the Turkey Hill sign. Right there. That's right, Johnny.
Me, you, Ben?
Me, you, and Ben. It'll be the call from the pen. That's what we're calling it.
There we go.
Wednesday night, 7 o'clock when the Phillies take on the Astros.
Maybe we can get a little handheld camera maybe, and hopefully the Phillies score runs. We can watch Hector do his Juan Samuel imitation.
I think that's great. We've talked to a couple of those guys out in the bullpen too while we're up there.
Yeah, they're all chatty.
Pull your glove out of the cedar chest at home.
I got it. It's ready to go. It's on the desk at home. Still has the ball in it from a few years ago.
All right, Maikel, get back on that short to no stride and stay on one. He's really got the pull-offs going.
Inside.
Now what?
Those are well executed pitches off the plate on the inside.
You try to get him out of way right now. Try to throw something away and see if he's continuing to pull off.
And ball four.
We'll take that.
Yeah, he threw him a split. That walk is the second of the day. Whether you're headed on vacation, hitting the beach, or stuck in the office, CSN has you covered. Catch every CSN game with the NBC Sports app. Download now to keep up with all your favorite Philly teams. Nick Williams takes outside. Williams walked his first time up. Out to left center field. That sounded good. Braun going back. So is Phillips. It is gone. Opposite field. Home run for Nick Williams. Fourth of the year. And he's now hit in 8 consecutive games, and the Phillies lead it 2-0. And Dave Schiff from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, you just won $100 thanks to the McDonald's home run jackpot.
Well, it's a big walk by Michael. You know what I like about Nick as a hitter, I don't think he has any idea where the ball's going to go. He's just in good position to hit. Extends his arms. There it is, John. Boom. Behind the ball. Uses the ground up for energy. Uses his core to hit those balls. I'll tell you what, he's a good-looking hitter to me. Only saw him in one spring training. Yeah.
Young Ryan Howard fan gets the ball. That's awesome.
He'll get that ball signed if he chooses to. There he goes.
I think they're choosing to.
I think they choose to. Inside corner, and it's 1-1.
Nick Williams continues.
Look at this reaction.
Continue to cloud up that outfield situation.
Yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to see just the competition.
Well, and that's something we really haven't had all year, except maybe the catcher position with Knapp and Rump. It's pretty nice to see too, and the son acknowledges that the father did something nice for him. Gives him that nice hug.
3-1. Yeah, that's a great reaction right there. Odubel popped out to short his first time up. To the right side. And Tommy Joseph is coming up. Struck out his first time up. There's a group photo in front of the HK statue.
Oh, nice.
That's a keeper.
Where is that statue at?
Out to left field.
Probably that's why they put the restaurant up there above it.
Right near the restaurant. Yeah, right near the restaurant. Restaurant came first, but the statue is a great addition to all of the fantastic statues. There it is that we have here at the ballpark, honoring the legends of HK, leaning on Whitey's bat.
You wish there was a way they could have done that with the white shoes and a white belt.
Would have been awesome. There's a store in Cincinnati that has the white shoes on. They're in the window, and every time you walk by it, you're thinking, it's the first thing that comes to your mind.
And then the second is Clark Griswold. Cousin Eddie.
2-1.
One of my idols, Cousin Eddie.
Good take by Tommy there on a ball he's been lunging at recently.
Out to center field. And Phillips wanders around, puts it away. 2 outs. And in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 men down, Andrew Knapp will be coming up.
Tommy just a little late recently, and then when you start getting a little late and you lose a little quickness with your swing, you start lunging at the ball to make up for it. Your brain's telling you, hey, you're late, so let's get everything started a little bit earlier. It's a crazy thing we hitters go through.
And the sad thing is we've all done it. More than once. Sometimes more than once in a week.
Done it for a whole year before myself.
Check swing. Eric Cooper says he did not go. 2-0.
What would have been, John, your remedy, your immediate go-to when you felt that feeling?
Well, you hope you get a pitcher who you had good numbers against, and that positive feedback comes through. But, you know, I think I'm different because Tommy's more of a power guy. You know, Tony Gwynn and I used to talk about that a lot. Is, you know, even when you're struggling, if you can, he called it chicken wing, and you know, if you can chicken wing one the other way, you know, late on a fastball, but you can still chicken wing one and get that one hit while you're struggling. You know, it's always going to keep you around the 300 mark. Of course, with Tony, mine was like the 280, 290 mark. Tony was, you know, the 350.
Everybody has their place, John.
Well, I don't know if I ever told you, 94 when we went on strike, Tony was hitting 394 in August, and I talked to him. I asked him before we went on strike if he was going to hit 400. He said, yeah, I'm just starting to get hot. I said, you know how many people you're going to really get upset with you if you say that? Like every other player in baseball.
Another bouncer foul.
394, and I'm just starting to get
he
warm.
might have really believed that, but He was always hot as far as I was concerned. I mean, he could get a hit anytime he wanted to. You know what else he could do, Tony Gwynn? He could hit a home run. I was in a home run hitting contest with him, and he just beat everybody to death in St. Petersburg, Florida.
I always said if you put Tony, Wade Boggs, Ichiro, they would win home run hitting contests.
In this park here, they would for sure. You know, Tony took a lot of extra batting practice too. I remember going to San Diego to play, and go out there, and like you say, he's probably hitting somewhere in the mid 300s. There he was.
Well, you know what? He didn't like hitting regular batting practice in San Diego because of shadows. And he said he didn't want to ever get that feeling of not picking up the ball well and jumping.
Swing and a miss. Split-fingered fastball for the third strikeout for Guerra, but the Phillies do strike first on a 2-run home run by Nick Williams. They lead it 2-zip as we go to the 5th. Take on the New York Mets. It's a 1:35 first pitch, and all fans coming to the ballpark as part of Toyota Phillies Alumni Day will receive the Topps Wall of Fame card pack. Go to Phillies.com for more information. There's some of the Phils that could possibly be in that Wall of Fame card pack. 2-0 Phillies on top. Bobblehead is given out Friday. The Wall of Fame induction is Saturday, and the card pack is given out on Sunday.
Shutdown inning right here for Eichhoff. Get the boys back in. He's swinging the bat well. He's 1 for 1 today. Get him back in there and let him lead off the next inning with a knock.
Oh, here's Pena to lead it off. Pena singled his last time up. Pena, Phillips, and Arcia. And a first pitch strike. It's 0-1.
Look at that hole up the middle.
Wow.
Yeah, they're trying to cut off the hole at shortstop.
Hold on. Woo! Big truck coming through.
How about a 747?
Yeah, let's see.
I know you're getting ready to draw me an airplane now. Go right ahead.
I'm going to try. I don't want to draw it on Jared.
I think he said if 2 or 3 balls this series right in that hole over there where Freddie's standing, so they're not going to let that happen again.
No, but let's see.
It looks like a sombrero. Oh, now it's now it's an ice cream cone.
Well, my Ivy League education was got my degree in art. They buzzed me.
Yeah, but they meant it in a whole lot of love.
Sure they did.
1-2 to Pena. Curveball waved at.
Just missed.
5 strikeouts for Jared Eichhoff. Time for our timeless moment. Here is Greg Murphy.
Thank you, Tom. Brought to you by Coors Banquet. The date, July 23rd, 1978. Left-handed pitcher Steve Carlton becomes the 78th pitcher to win 200 games with a 13-2 decision over Houston. He, of course, finished his career with 329 wins, 4,136 strikeouts. Oof. Mike, you were in that game, scored a couple runs.
Nice going, Michael. Way to help the team.
Way to help Steve.
Really? Cool.
Lefty.
Probably caught a couple of ground balls over there when he pitched. It was busy at third base.
More than any other guy that you
absolutely
was behind? Yeah.
I'm over there jumping around. You guys are pounding those sliders down by their feet. Foul and fair, foul and fair.
We may have talked about this before, but that was always the thought when Jamie was on the mound for the Phillies.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a whole different story. That's sort of the change of speeds and the rollover. And
right. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brett Phillips. Two and 2. All right, so that's at 90. His fastball has been, 88, 89 today, some 90.
I'm assuming by watching the last swing by Pena that the breaking ball is starting to get a little better.
Yeah, that's not a bad one there, even though it just missed off the outside part of the plate.
Yep, a little tighter, a little later break. It's a good sign.
And that just missed. Wow. First walk issued by Eichhoff.
Wow.
It looked good.
Well, that's one of those across the plate. Had to catch the backside of that inside corner there, but called low.
That ends 8 in a row retired by Eichhoff. It's only the 3rd base runner he's allowed. Arcia takes outside.
You see, Michael, how he does. Watch Arcia here. Prior to 2 strikes, he has that kind of. It's not a leg kick. It's just more like he lifts his foot off and it just drifts almost over the inside corner of home plate.
I don't know where they get those batting stances. Got any idea? Something they were doing, have done since Little League, I guess, and had great success with it.
Outside, and it's 2-0. Boy, Jared's really fighting it right now with the umpire.
Yeah. Little front leg starts not hitting the ground and going over toward the dugout.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Just loops like it's.
But I mean, you know what? It's good. It's good that Eichhoff's kind of gotten them doing that. They with inside pitches.
But then once he gets 2 strikes, he just starts with that open stance. He steps forward, stops, and then steps again. Just like, why wouldn't you have the same approach for every?
That's a slider. 2-1. There's that foot.
So look at this thing. But then with 2 strikes, he's going to change. He's just going to do a step and stop, and then a little step again. And he hit a home run in Milwaukee against us with that 2-strike approach.
Runner goes, pitches outside off the glove of Knapp. And Phillips with his first stolen base of his big league career.
He seems to be getting a lot of firsts against us, doesn't he?
He does. 7 3-ball counts for Eichhoff. It's 3 balls and 1 strike to Arcia with Guerra on deck. Three and 2. All right, now you'll see the change. This is the home run swing from Milwaukee.
Now watch. You saw the approach before. See that? It's a step and then another step. And he hit it. I mean, that was a line drive. I think it was off Pavetta, wasn't it?
Yes.
A line drive. It just, you know, left center field. Then he goes back before the 2 strikes to the other one. And now he got the 2-strike approach with this one.
Ball 4. So back-to-back walks. And Guerra's coming up.
Not the worst thing in the world with the pitcher coming up, although they're going to put him in a bunt situation now.
Like Cedar was telling him, if they charge, pull that baby back.
He popped up to nap his first time up.
That didn't fool a whole bunch of people, did it?
Bunts it. Tommy Joseph has it, makes the tag. The sacrifice is successful. 2 outs. And 3 unassisted.
I'm not sure I wouldn't have let that ball come down and hit the ground and see what trajectory it took off the ground right here. See, now that ball could, well, I guess, could have spun foul.
With 1 out, you don't just take the out and hope. I mean, VR's not swinging the bat very well.
I'm just saying the ball could have hit the inside of the line of grass and kicked foul. If you catch it, it's a successful bunt.
And a little looper into left field, a base hit.
Should have let it go foul.
Both runs will score, and we're tied up at 2. A 2-run single for VR here in the 5th inning.
Little dump cue shot just over the shortstop into left field.
Whew. I think my bigger concern with this thing seems like Jared's gotten away from that fastball. You know, I mean, he walked Phillips on a breaking ball. He walked Arcia on a breaking ball, and then he struck out VR's last at bat with a breaking ball. I mean, what else are you going to look for? Granted, he didn't hit it hard, but
let's go back to Guara. Successful sacrifice bunt. Puts them both up. They both score.
Runner goes. Pitch is fouled back, and it's 0-1.
I think I would enjoy playing with him. Thames talks to himself a lot.
He does talk to himself a lot.
Help you find your zen.
Well, I'm assuming he's not just a, chatty type of guy, so you don't have to worry about, what do I say to him today? He can hold that conversation with himself, and you can go about your business.
There goes. Pitches off the glove of Knapp. That's the second one this inning that has gone off the glove of Andrew Knapp. And results in an easy stolen base.
Golf pitching the left-handed hitters in a lot. Look how far in Andrew's setting up off the plate inside.
That's the cutter, right, T-Mac? I mean,
well, it's a slider, but it's migrated into being more of a cutter now. And they've been working on the grip. Eichhoff, nice play. Hitting is over, but the Brewers tie it up. They get 2 runs on just 1 hit and a couple walks. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're all square at 2. Bank Minor League Report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Lehigh Valley defeated Durham yesterday 9-1. Reese Hoskins is 22nd. Cousins is 23rd. I guess they've got another race going for the home run crown. Reading lost to Erie. Clearwater defeated Bradenton. Jeff Singer picked up his 18th save. He's the South Jersey kid who is firing right now. And Lakewood defeated Charleston 5-2. Adonis Medina, 7 innings and 1 earned run.
Speaking of the clogged up outfield.
Yeah, that's true.
Dylan Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins really starting to heat it up with the power numbers. That's great that they're racing again for the International League home run crown. Here's Eichhoff to start the bottom of the 5th inning against Junior Guerra. And he hits one down the left field line, foul. And it's 0-1.
Hey, where do you pitch to him now? A base hit the other way. Rocket to left field.
He's got all kinds of confused.
See if that split finger becomes the old equalizer.
Oh, 0-2. Over to third and foul.
That's a pretty long throw for an infielder to go out to the left field corner stands with a
got to put a little loft
40-yard throw.
Little loft. A line drive center field. That's in for a base hit. That was a splitter that he hung up, and Jared Eichhoff is now 2 for 2.
Yes, it was. Good approach to that pitch. They close. Here's a hanger. I'm just going to boom. A little chop stroke. See, that's what it takes. Low finish on a high pitch. Base hit. Back to his old high school days there.
That's right. And Cesar is 1 for 2. Soft line drive his first time up. Infield hit his last time off the glove of Thames. Jared Eichhoff, you saw that graphic. It said last 2-hit game was July 16th of last year. That's his only other 2-hit game. We always say that he looks like he could be a good hitter for a pitcher.
Well, you might get me for saying this, but I don't think a bad thing for Cesar is to take a strike here.
Three and 0 was your thought because you.
Well, no, just he was wild on the first 2 pitches to him, and you know, just to see what the umpire will do. He might throw it borderline high, borderline low, and give him a chance to put another man on base with a walk.
Both pitchers have a handful of 3-ball counts. This is the 8th for Guerra. 6 3-ball counts for Eichhoff. Three balls, 1 strike. Ball 4, and that'll put runners on first and second.
Here we go. Here we go.
Saturday, when the Phillies take on the Braves, after the game, stay for a free post-game concert featuring Grammy-nominated singer Hunter Hayes. Now, your game ticket is your concert ticket. No additional purchase is necessary. Tickets are on sale now at Phillies.com/Hunter Hayes. All right, so last time we were in this position, we talked about whether you would bunt Freddie Galvis. We said no. Would you do it here? In the bottom of the 5th inning, 1 at bat later. As Derek Johnson comes out, what do you think?
Pitcher on second.
And that's always been my issue, is that you're relying on the pitcher at second to make sure that he has the concept down to go to third.
If I absolutely had to win this game, Freddie would bunt.
And you're not in that position here.
I agree too, because you know Howie flew out to relatively deep right field to deep center.
Right.
So I mean, he is seeing the ball well off Garrett with those 2 swings. I thought the one he hit the center was going to go out, but I think that wind kind of helped knock that down a little bit.
He does bunt toward third. It's a beauty.
knock.
That's going to be a base hit, and the bases are loaded. That is a beautiful bunt by Freddie Galvis.
Yeah, rewarded for playing a little ball, John. Small ball. Everybody's happy now. Freddie's happy even if he gets thrown out on that ball. Steps behind home plate on this too. That's concerning. It looked like he was real close to home plate. Fantastic bunt. You know what? And he didn't give it away right away. You know, he kind of held it for a long time.
I don't even know if Shaw, if he was charging, might not have had a play on that.
Yeah, they're going to make a pitching change. So Guerra is going to be lifted with the bases loaded here in the 5th inning.
Wow.
So there's the signal. Looks like another right-hander is coming in. Blazak had been warming up, so we've got a pitching change and a 2-2 game.
Who's coming?
Phillies take on the Braves. That's next Sunday. All children 14 and under will receive the Fanatic Bobble Body. It's a solar bobble body thanks to Community Energy. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. You can also head out toward left field, and you can see the big old picture of the Fanatic that's there right now. And you can also check out the lineup for that day when you come in. That's right underneath the Fanatic picture when you enter in left field. There it is.
I'm getting one of those solar baubles.
Still moving.
I can give you a live demo on one.
Still moving.
You know where that'll look good on my train set. I'm building a model train set.
Yeah. As like a water tower or something like that. Like
maybe that's why your rotator cuffs bothering you. You're building that train set.
No, actually, the other day on my like 850th push-up.
That's right.
I hear you there, buddy.
I strained it a little bit.
That's why you shelved those push-ups.
It's actually on my 5th push-up.
I knew they were dangerous.
Here's Michael Blazek.
Finally got one person to back me up on it.
He's on with the bases loaded. Eichhoff's at third. Cesar's at second. And Freddie's at first. Howie Kendrick is the batter in a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 5th. Howie swings at the first pitch and fouls it off his foot.
Just that fastball first pitch, you know, with the bases loaded, nobody out. I love that aggressiveness right there. So many guys will just stand there and let him throw a pitch, you know, let him throw a strike. I don't want to be over aggressive with the bases loaded.
Well, especially a reliever coming in, first guy you face, you know he's going to try to throw strike one. Trying to get ahead is what I meant. I'm assuming they all try to throw strike one. Just a guess.
Couldn't have a better hitter up there than that one, than this one right now, Howie Kendrick. And why? Because he will use the entire field. He'll hit the ball straight away. Highly unlikely to roll into a double play.
Time is called. Blazek not on the same page with his catcher.
You think sometimes, you ever think that play right there is planned?
To step out?
No, to go to stretch and have the catcher set up under the batter's hands inside. Oh my God, that got his hand. Watch this. Watch a replay of this.
Friday night he got hit in the face a couple times.
Oh
man. Right where those nerves are, right up in there. I could deaden that hand.
You got to be a man to go back in that position. No, back to what I was saying. The catcher slid up under Hendricks' hands like an inside target. The pitcher stood there for a little bit, just long enough for the runner at second to see it, and hoping that maybe the batter felt it or understood and then stepped off.
And then went away.
Yeah, exactly. Seems like a good idea.
All right, well, Pena got a minute to gather himself to let the pain subside. It's 0-2 to Howie Kendrick with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Back toward the middle and into center field, a base hit. 2 runs will score and the Phillies retake the lead. It's a 4-2 ball game.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely love it. 0-2 count. He comes in off the plate a little up. Howie does not fight to get to it, does not try to hit it out of the ballpark, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of pulled his hands inside and said, look, a little ground ball up the middle will work. Ooh, look at that.
It's like you said, the last thing he wanted to do was hit a rollover. And with 2 strikes, you know, how do you keep from doing that as a right-handed hitter? Well, You look what he did. He brought his hands, keep saying his hands inside the ball, and he was just thinking that other way, up the middle, other way, and a beautifully executed, and now the potential of a bigger inning.
Michael Franco. And it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Yes, that's the one. That practice one. That's the one you need in the game. Boy, he was so good in Miami and Milwaukee doing that. He probably thought that pitch was a foot outside.
From where he was looking at it,
pulling off.
he probably thought it was a fastball when he let it go. And
Two and 1. 95-mile-an-hour heater. Now Blazek and Pena are going to chat again.
The sun must be hot. I'm not enjoying these delays. The fans.
So many of them nowadays.
Yeah, I think, you know, that I always said that's one way to speed up the game. You limit the number of times the catcher can go out.
Just a bit low.
You wonder if Hader's up for Nick and Odubel coming up after Franco.
absolutely.
Broken back ground ball foul. And now it's 3-2.
Well, you're Craig Counsell. I mean, you pulled one out last night, but you have been struggling since the break. And you see the Cubs starting to come, and they say, you know, we're playing it out, no pressure, blah blah blah. But yeah, right.
Cubs will play the Cardinals tonight. That'll be the nationally televised game.
Thought this game might get that nod.
3-2 to Franco. And a fly ball center field. Tagging at second is Galvis. He'll go to third. The Phils will have first and third. One man down.
Worst case, Franco did his job. The slider was a little bit up in the zone. He went straight away just enough to throw that fly ball out there to move Freddie to third. Probably not happy with the at bat, but did the job and got us a runner at third with one out.
Look at that log jam there in the Central.
Yep. The Reds are the only team that really is out of it at this point. Pittsburgh finally lost last night to the Rockies. All right, so Josh Hader's coming in to face the lefty Nick Williams. Blazek is out. One man down, first and third for the Phils. The Astros celebrate the music and legendary career of Billy Joel at Citizens Bank Park. Fans who purchase tickets through the theme night package, theme night page, receive a limited edition Billy Joel at Citizens Bank Park bobblehead. Visit Phillies.com/theme nights for more information and to order your tickets. That is the bobblehead right there. Billy will be performing here later on this year. Josh Hader is the new pitcher with the Phillies up 4-2. Hader a 1.20 earned run average. He was humming along the other night until Howie Kendrick singled right past his ear up the middle. He had struck out the first two batters he faced, Odubel Herrera and Andrew Knapp. And then the Kendrick single prolonged the inning, and he was teetering for the first time the Phillies have seen him this year. Inside 1-0.
Pretty effective fastball right there. I will see whether it was effective because we know Nick hit a first pitch slider. Was that for his grand slam in Milwaukee?
Yep. Fastball. There's the fourth inning.
Nick's got that launch angle swing or a little bit of an uppercut. But Hader got that high fastball that has given Nick some troubles.
Off the hands, out towards short on one hop. It's bobbled by Arcia. A run will score, and the Phillies lead it 5-2, and everybody is safe. 15th error of the year.
Oh, there you go. Let's look back at this. Franco hits a fly ball to move, it's called a productive out, moves that runner to third with one out. And Williams makes nice contact against a tough left-handed hitter. Gets credit for an RBI. You cannot anticipate the double play. RBI is a beautiful thing. Any way you get it.
Yeah, now for Williams, that's 3 RBIs in this game and 15 since his call up. All right, so a 3-run lead, and now Odubel Herrera, who is hitless in 2 at-bats. He's popped up and he's grounded out. He was fooled on
first
that
pitch fastball. He was locked and loaded for that one. Problem was Hader didn't throw it. Look at this. I'm getting first pitch fastball, and I'm gonna put us up 6.
Now the question is making the adjustment from that swing in the rest of this at bat. Ooh, it's hard to do. I think what the signs from the catcher are all about here.
Yeah, I don't.
Can't see the Phillies running at all.
No, and, left-handed hitter, guy who can throw behind the plate, and a guy on second who's just coming off the DL because of a hamstring injury. 2 strikes has pretty much eliminated the bunt with Odubel. I'm running out of things. I can't think of anything else or why they would be giving signs.
Yeah, kind of looking around like it's first and third. Double steal was a possibility, but it's first and second.
Looper out to left center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Kendrick around third. He'll score. Williams slips going around second, but he gets back, and the Phillies add to their lead. It's a 4-run inning. 6-2 Phils.
Well, he did make the adjustment. My first reaction would be Can you believe he threw him a fastball right there? Woo. We'll take it. Double.
Great piece of hit.
Yeah,
no, I
nice.
mean, this is when you're hot. But it's an interesting on a single, but that's our man. That's Odubel.
That's somewhat of a conservative bat flip.
But you see how short and quick that was with 2 strikes, and that's, you know, for the most part he hasn't been doing that this season. It, you know, once it starts long with Odubel, first couple pitches it stays long. And Nick, we've seen Nick run the bases. He's a couple times has tripped. That time was just a full-on out slip.
Any possibility the nickname Skates could come back?
The ball's a 1 strike.
I would assume that would have to come from the coaches. I'm not sure the players would know who Lonnie is, would they?
No.
1 ball, 1 strike. Larry Bow would know who Lonnie Smith is.
Sammy would, right?
Yep. Bob McClure probably faced him. One ball, 2 strikes to Tommy Joseph. 8th man to bat in this inning for the Phillies. They've scored 4.
Who got it started? The igniter, Jared Eichhoff.
That's right.
2 for 2. See, they're getting someone up in the pen. You wonder if because he's set so long this inning. A couple pitching changes.
Over to third. That might be 2. And it is. Around the horn double play. 8 men come to the plate of the inning for the Phillies. They score 4 runs. And we'll move to the 6th inning. It's a 6-2 lead for the Phils with Braun ready to lead things off for the Brewers. Of the week is still new, still adjusting to the major league level, but has been having a grand old time getting started. Nick Williams arrived on the final day of June, and his first summer has been no vacation for opposing pitchers. The 23-year-old has driven in 12 runs with 3 homers and a very productive 9 extra base hits in just his first 16 games. Nick's journey has just begun. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, Nick's journey has just begun, but he continues to add to the RBI total. He has 3 here this afternoon. That's part of a six-run day for the Phillies. Nick's making sure the Fanatic is off the field appropriately. Phillies now at 7 consecutive games with 5 or more runs.
Tell you what, all 3 outfielders too are going to make a tough case for how can you take me out.
Ryan Braun leads it off against Eichhoff, and he swings at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Yeah, it is true. Brought his 0 for 2. He's grounded out and he's popped out. And he's hit by a pitch. The leadoff batter is aboard for Travis Shaw.
And that's the last thing you wanted to do. The last time we scored a couple runs, they came right back with a couple.
Was that right on the pad?
Right on the pad.
Amazing how nice that pad is, isn't it?
Shaw is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out to right. Fastball, and it's 0-1.
I don't mind that pitch to Braun, even though it hit him. I mean, you can't just let a guy pound you all over the ballpark like he has without trying to move him off the plate a little bit, get him a little upset or whatever, you know, to get him out. I know we got him out a couple times in this game, but God, look at his numbers in this ballpark. Crazy.
It is crazy. His numbers in this ballpark, he's at 398. Adeiny Echeverria is at 364. The shortstop now for the Rays, so we probably won't see that much anymore. And then Kendrick is number 3. On the outside corner, 1 and 2. Home runs. I had forgot about David Wright last night when I was talking about active players. I just wasn't thinking of him as an active player, but he's on, you know, the Mets active roster, even though he's injured and is on a 60-day disabled list. But he has 22 home runs here, and that's tops among visiting players as Shaw strikes out on a curveball.
He kind of got away with one there, John. That was a tad up in the zone. Every now and then the hitters will get themselves out and they see when something lights up and the pitch looks good.
I think Shaw might have thought that was going to break more down toward him. It looked like it kind of backed up. Like that shot tracker, when you think a ball's going to start drawing and all of a sudden it starts fading back the other way.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball. A little bit of a blind spot, I think, for Gary Cederstrom on that curveball.
I think he's given up on it too soon.
I do. There's a couple of them today that I don't know if umpires go back and look at things. I know they get reports. Nice catch by that young man.
Are you saying you don't think they review?
I think some do. I don't know if they
video.
do. Yeah, I don't know if they do all of them, but they probably get reports. That could be wrong. It just looked like that curveball was pretty good. Off the mask of Knapp. Over to third on 1 hop. Franco has it. There's 1. And Cesar's flip over to first in time. A 5-4-3 double play. Well, that certainly helped out Eichhoff in this inning. He got through it quickly. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies up 6-2. Brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. And by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Well, the Phillies are on top 6-2 as we move to the home 6th inning. By the way, this past weekend, the Phillies were hosting the RBI tournament for both the boys and the girls. And congratulations to the Phillies junior RBI participants. They have moved on to the World Series in Cincinnati, the RBI World Series. And then also congratulations to the softball all-star team. They too will move on to the World Series in Cincinnati. They defeated the DC Grays 4-3 in 8 innings. That was nice to see. It was a great weekend of softball and baseball on the amateur level. And as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Andrew Knapp that will start it off.
And they all stayed at the hotel where I stayed.
Oh, were they over with you?
I thought I got a big kick out of sitting in the lobby watching all the kids.
Ground ball over to shortstop. Knapp is retired on 1 pitch.
I watch them all come down the elevator, you know, and I'm sitting there with my coffee in the morning, and they all have their uniforms on, their shower shoes, so to speak, and they have these backpacks. They must be given these backpacks, and they all have slots in them for their
for the bats.
Yeah, they're 2 bats.
Yes.
All of them have 2 bats sticking out of their backpack. You know what they have on the end of the bats, right?
What's
their
that?
Shoes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They stick their shoes on the end of the bats.
That's evolved over the last few years. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, some of my softball girls do that. Keeps them from getting
Ty Kelly hit by a
interesting.
pitch. It's interesting they would choose Ty Kelly if there was retaliation for Ryan Braun being hit.
I think they were thinking that was Zagoff's at bat, so.
You never know. You never know nowadays. You never know what's going on. I mean, let's just skip it and go on to the next hitter.
Here's Cesar Hernandez, and he takes a strike. 0-1.
I can't leave it alone. All right, so if that's a retaliation pitch, you hit the guy in the leg. And what happened to the first pitch to the first hitter? I mean, what is it about poor Ty Kelly that has to take the
Eichhoff's shot?
That's the only thing I can think of. Plus,
yeah.
there was 1 out. I don't know.
I mean, you know, you watch the game last night, the comeback the Phillies made.
Ground ball to third. And they're able to turn the double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. And the inning is over.
Well, Ty Kelly was going to try to get somebody down there at second.
He was moving. We'll move to the 7th inning. The Phillies up 6-2. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies scored 2 in the 4th, and after the Brewers tied it in the top of the 5th inning, they scored 4 more. Nick Williams has had a good day. Hit a 2-run home run. He has 3 RBIs. Eichhoff goes 6 innings, strikes out 6, and his afternoon is complete. Phillies will go to the bullpen as we go to the 7th, and they'll turn to Pat Neshek. Neshek, a 1.14 earned run average.
Nice job by Jared Eichhoff. Gives you a good solid game, puts us right in that rotation that we want to be in from the bullpen standpoint, and in line for another win.
They'll face Manny Pena to start things off. Pena is 1 for 2. He singled his first time up, struck out his last time. 0-1.
How many pitches did Hector throw last night? Pitches. Would he close today if it's, well, 4-run inning, 4-run game? But would he pitch the 9th?
I think if it's a save situation, he might. He wound up throwing 17 in last night's game. There he is. They could bypass him and use Garcia and Benoit. 0-2 pitch. Got him. Pena's down on strikes. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, guys, here we go. Who led the Brewers in saves in 1978 and 1980?
Bob McClure.
Man, you said it with such authority. Are you cheating? Did you look on the internet again? Did you ask Siri to help you with that?
Siri help you?
No, I mean, you can only go so long without getting it. I mean, isn't it better for us to have the right guess?
Well,
I wouldn't have if we both could have said, I don't know, we don't have an idea.
I could have given you some hints.
You could have, but guess what? How many? 78?
He had 9.
9.
He had 10 and 80. Maybe that's why they went and got Raleigh figures.
I'm looking at him going, this can't be right.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find it.
All due respect, Bob.
Phillies prize pack.
Of course, saves might have been different then, were they? 9 saves, certain number of runs.
Raleigh was doing it with the A's before that.
Back then, maybe the starters did a lot of complete game work.
That is true too. But Raleigh also had a lot of saves where there were 3 innings at times.
Oh yeah, Gossage too. Sutter.
Mike Marshall.
2-2.
Mike Marshall had over 100 innings one year. Closer for the Dodgers.
Different game.
Well, Gossage and Lee Smith and what was that? They'd come in, get 5 out, and sometimes 2 inning saves. 4-out saves were pretty normal. I mean, if I say I was coming up, remember Todd Worrell?
Yes.
Lee Smith. If I was coming up with a couple men on last out of the 8th inning, they're definitely in there.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Phillips. Got him.
What about the Mad Hungarian, Hal Hrabosky?
Well, 2 outs. I have to tell you that I don't know if you guys, Mike, you were playing. So when I was a kid and I used to watch games, whether it be with the Cardinals or the Braves, I used to think he was larger than life. The Mad
Hungarian.
Yeah, just because of the whole act and everything like that. And then when I, first started broadcasting, we went to St. Louis and he introduced himself, and I was peering down about 5 or 6 inches. I was shocked.
Have you ever met Goose?
I have met Goose.
He's a tad intimidating.
He is.
He's still got that attitude about,
yeah,
about kind of like his closer attitude.
Yeah. I remember the first conversation I ever had. I was on the stationary bike and he told me get off and I need to be in there to get my work done on the stationary bike before he got there. So I got off the bike and he started cursing at me very eloquently about wiping up the sweat on the bike. And
Sweat?
I was sweating on the bike, yeah.
Ground ball right side. Tommy Joseph has it. Neshek runs to the bag in time. That is 23 scoreless outings in a row to begin his time with the Phillies here at Citizens Bank Park. It's masterful what he's been able to accomplish. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers.
Santana's been so hot against the swinging a good bat, but Eichhoff, after hitting Ryan Braun to start the inning, gets that 5-4-3 double play to end the inning and end his day of work with 6 innings. Only 2 runs, 2 earned.
Struck out 6 on the afternoon.
Hey, can I finish? That's our Hyundai defensive play of the game. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer.
Way to look out for the client, John.
By the way, have you gotten any of those hats you were mentioning a couple broadcasts ago? It's something about if you can get me any of those hats.
No, not yet.
What hats were they?
Well, I thought he was saying, you know, if you give us send in some hats,
you'd wear them.
I would happily.
Willie Peralta, just off the disabled list, will take over for the Brewers. 5-4 with an ERA of 7.21 before he went on the DL. The thought would be that he would be back in the rotation at some point. He takes over for Hader, who went an inning and 2/3. He allowed 2 inherited runners to score. He wasn't as sharp this series as he was the last time the Phillies faced them. And Freddie Galvis will lead it off. Freddie today has scored a run. He's 1 for 3. Beautiful bunt his last time up.
'97.
Right off the DL. This guy got some good stuff.
They had hoped to have him off the disabled list when we were in Milwaukee last week.
Back to that subject about closers.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote down. I'm just trying to think about, you know, what a group they are. You know, they all kind of had those unique characteristics. You know, they had their own little act, their shtick. How about Lee Smith? Lee Smith we mentioned. How about Eckersley?
Yeah.
So I forgot one. How about John Smoltz?
Well, his slider was his shtick. Foul ball.
Todd Worrell, Goose Gossage, Raleigh Fingers, Raleigh Eastwick. Remember him?
I remember the name. I don't remember him being a closer.
He pitched for us.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. He closed that 23-22 game, if I'm not.
Freddie's peppering the seats on each side.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. Yeah.
Oh, that's the only time I've ever heard Tony Gwynn say anything about a pitcher being. He threw 3 pitches. Mark Davis struck Tony out. I'm coming up to hit, and I'm hoping for some help. And all Tony said, he looked at me and he said, "Good luck with this guy." Well, I had a 4-pitch at bat where I actually fouled a pitch off, and that's probably the only time I've had a better at bat than Tony Gwynn against a guy.
He seemed like it was all arms and legs.
Oh man, he had that hard curveball.
Yeah.
He had that curveball like Dennis Martinez. You could hear it. Like it had that Nolan too. You know that.
Well, he started with Phillies, right?
He did.
Started.
Howie Kendrick is 1 for 3. Drove in 2 runs.
How about that old Philly, Gene Garber?
We see Gene from time to time. He doesn't live too far from here.
Of course, Mike Marshall was probably the first guy to establish the whole idea of saves, right?
Yeah, 75 is when the save rule, the current one, was implemented.
Of course, there's the king of saving games, Mariano Rivera. I think, is Trevor Hoffman the all-time leader?
No, Mariano.
Oh, Mariano. He was at one time.
Yes.
Over to third. Shaw backhands. Going to be a tough play to get Howie Kendrick. And Kendrick has the infield hit. 2 hits today.
Yep. Mark it down for Kendrick. 2 a day.
Give you a little rundown of what the Phillies and the Brewers have done today from a scoring standpoint. Phillies took the lead again 4-2 on Kendrick's 2-run single and a run on Nick Williams' ground ball that was mishandled by Arcia, and then an RBI single by Odubel Herrera. Michael was 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the 4th. New double play combination. We'll see how they handle it, because Sogard is so far from the second base bag at shortstop. If there's a ball hit to the left of Villar. 0-2 to Franco. Bite that time. Brewers will head off to Washington after this game. This road trip which they felt was going to help define their season, has not defined it in a positive way. That ball goes right past the catcher Pena, and Kendrick goes to second.
Little 98 that went right past him, didn't it? Whew. Wow.
He didn't have a chance to slide over.
No, it doesn't take long for that pitch to get to home plate.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think catchers are programmed to shift and block those 98-mile fastball. Breaking balls, change up, curve balls, you know, you can block those.
Bouncer left side, that'll go foul. Shaw to Allison, and then the handoff. That got a piece of somebody. I don't know if it was Cedarstrom or the catcher.
I'd have got both of them.
Could have.
No, I think Pena got it on the rebound.
Yes. Lays off 3-2. Howie Kendrick at second base. The Phillies up by 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. And ball 4 puts runners on first and second. Second walk for Michael Franco. The Eagles are back. Get your training camp news right here on CSN. Break down the position battles and the standout stars each day with quick slants, and of course all your breaking updates on CSNPhilly.com. All right, so Nick Williams has 3 RBIs today. He has 15 RBIs since being called up from AAA. He homered earlier. Phillies have homered in 6 straight home games. He's a grounder to third. It'll be tough to double up. He runs so well, but they do. Another around the horn double play. That's how the last 3 innings have ended. 3 straight innings with a 5-4-3 double play. On to the 8th. Fills up 4. By your local Chevrolet dealers and by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org.
Just when you think that the things that happen in this booth that no one sees but us.
Right.
Guess what, Michael?
What?
People do see it.
The truck. You know, I'd totally forgotten about that.
You doing the sprinkler?
This is my favorite song.
I didn't know if you were talking about Christine doing the sprinkler or Schmitty doing the sprinkler or Christine wearing a jacket on a 90-degree day.
That's it. In honor of another
Remind
great
me of that
closer,
stuff, will you?
Steve Bedrosian.
Oh, gosh.
Bedrock did the sprinkler.
Good call. Good call.
Teak. Forgot Teak.
I'm sorry. I knew that fit. I shouldn't forget the guys who were on my team, right?
Well,
how about Al Holland? Al Holland.
That's right.
Yeah, you're going to get an email or something from all your former teammates. Say, what about me?
Bedrock. He's won a Cy Young as a closer here one time.
Sure did.
Joaquin Benoit, the new pitcher for the Phils. 1 ball, no strikes to Sogard, up for the first time. He came on as part of a double switch.
I was kind of thinking like more of the guys that I had to face. I remember facing Bedrock when he was with Atlanta. Oh my God.
Some of your old teammates.
Mid to high 90s. Had that beard on out there.
2-1 to Sogard. Bake's got that afro going. Accentuated a little bit more next to Pope.
Go back to that picture to show you another afro.
2-2.
Everybody had the afro going back.
Check it out right there. Huh?
That's right.
I tell you how. Bud Harrelson was the first guy to go with the perm. You know, the perm.
Yep.
And when we came through New York, what's going on with your hair, Bud? Hey, man, you get this perm, and when you shower, you don't have to blow dry it. You don't have to, you just go with your hands and walk out, and it curls up.
Ground ball.
That's
back
where it started. So everybody around the league started getting, the perm done.
Did you have one?
Heck, are you kidding? Sure. I know a guy that still has one. Don Sutton.
He does. You're right. You're right.
The old days.
We see him when the Braves are in town.
Yeah.
You think Sut's
remember Bobby Wine had his little perm going?
You think Sut's is a perm, or you think that's just naturally curly?
Perm.
Here's VR. And it's 0-1 to him.
Anyway, craze. Every generation has its craze. We got the beard generation going here, right? What a craze it is with this current day players and the beards.
Yeah, your guys was the perm. Ours was the mullets.
Yes, sir. 0-2.
People have to understand that professional baseball players have a lot of time.
Oh.
In the clubhouse.
Scary that we have that much free time to, like, the weird thoughts that go through your head when you're sitting in a hotel room debating on what time you want to go to the ballpark.
Over to third base, picked up by Franco, 1, and not able to turn the double play, but they do get the lead runner. 5-4 on the putout.
That was a nice short hop play by Michael. I say short hop, more of an in-between short hop. Nice soft hands. There he goes talking to Freddie. Kind of an in-between hop. Anything could have happened there. You weren't going to get him. Left-handed hitter coming out fast.
Thames is 0 for 3 in this game. He has struck out twice. He's grounded out. And he fouls it back. It's 0-1. Well, this will be the last time we see the Brewers here in the regular season. Do they have enough to stay in the Central, you guys think?
Trade deadline going to tell. I still think they're short some arms in the rotation.
wonder if they'll make a deal for a bat.
They've been known to make a deal for a pitcher.
Yep. 0-2 to Thames. I think the trade deadline in the Central is going to be interesting, just to see if the Cubs add an arm, if the Brewers add an arm or two, what the Cardinals will do, and even the Pirates, who are trailing the Rockies 4-1 right now. In the dirt, 1-2.
Yeah, how adding one more wild card team has changed the whole atmosphere at the trade deadline. If you're a fourth place team, normally a fourth place team, you're sellers. Cardinals are a fourth place team, but they're only 4 out.
Right.
So if you're only 4 out of the division, how many are they out on the wild card?
Well, they're
higher than that, right?
Right. Yeah. They're going to have to win their division, and only because of the way the Diamondbacks and the Rockies are leading the wild card charge right now. Here's Ryan Braun, who is 0 for 2, hit by a pitch his last time up.
So one of those two teams the team that doesn't win that division probably get the wild card.
In the West, I think both of them will. The Diamondbacks or the Rockies. I think the Dodgers, if they win it. See, the Cubs are 5.5 out, Pittsburgh 7.5. So right now they are in the driver's seat, the two Western teams. How about Atlanta, 8.5 out? Braun, a swing and a miss, 0-1.
Yeah, what are the Braves? Buyers or sellers?
I still think they got to be sellers,
you
right?
hear the talk about Jaime Garcia going to Minnesota or somewhere.
Yeah, and that trade was supposed to happen, and then the medical reports is what pulled it back.
And then he pitched great against the Dodgers. Didn't he hit a grand slam?
Yep. Opposite way for Braun. Williams on the run, back to the wall. It is off the wall, barehanded by Williams. The throw goes to no man's land, which means that a run will score, and it's a 6-3 ball game.
I'll tell you, I got to see this swing again. That was unbelievable that he could hit that ball that far on that line. The opposite field, right field corner. Watch this swing. Boom. You talk about a little top hand knockdown swing. Oh my gosh! I wish more hitters should watch that. See how far a ball will go with just hands and forearms.
Close to going out too, and Nick made a heck of a play.
He did.
Barehanded that ball on the hop, and then he just threw it in the center of the field, and there just didn't happen to be anyone there. But I think Ed Cedar, the third base coach of the Brewers, was holding VR.
All right, so a meeting on the mound. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. He's going to update us on what's going on around T-Mobile.
All right, it's our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. Really tough situation for the Astros as their young third baseman Colin Moran is still in the hospital today after fouling a ball off of his face last night. Moran was playing in just his second game after being recalled from AAA. The team says that surgery may be in the future, that they need a couple of days to wait for the swelling to go down. Astros, of course, are coming here to Philadelphia for a 3-game series coming up in just a few. And Joey Votto, the news is a little lighter around the Cincinnati Reds. Joey Votto making good on a bet with his teammate Zach Cozart. He told Cozart that if he made the All-Star game, he would buy him a donkey. A donkey. And yes, Cozart made the All-Star game, so yesterday he paid that bet off, giving his family a brand new donkey that they named Donald, guys. So Donald the donkey now in Cincinnati. Why not, right?
It's so funny.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Why wouldn't you name him Votto?
That's right. Payback.
Or Joey. Joey the donkey.
I like it.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Saw the picture of that and the reaction of Cozart's family when the donkey was given out. And even the fans in Cincinnati, I mean, they were just, there was laughter everywhere.
Now, what's Cozart do that he needs the donkey?
I don't think anything. At least not in the story that I read. Does he do anything? Murph, did you say anything as to whether he needs a donkey of any sorts? Murph, did you see anything as to why the donkey?
It's his favorite animal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cozart.
Yes.
Cozart's favorite animal is a donkey. There's probably a story there. I just don't know.
I know a lot of people's favorite.
My favorite animal is a white-tailed deer, but I don't want one running around the house.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Travis Shaw. At a tapper foul.
So it's not like a dog you can take to spring training and like, what's he going to do with it?
I don't know.
We got to find out.
Going to build a little pen for it out in the yard.
Kids are going to like it.
Yeah, but
take it for a ride every now and then.
He leaves to go to spring training. Someone has to come over. It's not like you can take it to a kennel. You know?
You got to walk your donkey every morning.
That's what I mean. If he doesn't live in a rural area, I mean.
Hire a donkey walker.
Ask Siri if there is such a thing.
1-2 pitch to Shaw. And he fouls it back and stays alive.
Well, we have moved into the save situation unless the Phillies don't score in the bottom half of the 8th.
Yeah, up by 3 now because of that double by Braun.
So Wednesday we're going to overlook that, right?
Yes, we are.
And do you know the weather yet?
For Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's going to be sunny. It's going to be really sunny.
Like hot sunny or just sunny?
I think it's going to be
sweatable.
Sweatable. Yeah.
That ain't going to work.
1-2. We have been in center field over the 409 sign. We've been behind home plate near the Phillies on deck circle. Up at Harry the K's, now out just in front of the bullpen. Benoit's ready.
I got to get a glove.
You do have to get a glove.
Who's left-handed on this team that would have an extra glove?
Nava.
You guys are going to fight over ball if one's hit out there. Ben's going to box you all out and catch it.
Ben's got them all, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. I saw T-Mac make a great play.
You got that right.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
One of the all-time Phillies highlights right there.
A run scores of the double by Ryan Braun. They leave one in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th at 6-3 Phils. '14 and under are welcome to come out and run the bases. Thanks to the folks at Nemours. Get your tickets for that series against Atlanta, 4-game wraparound series, by going to Phillies.com. Speaking of the Braves, we flash back. Oh, here we go. Freddie Freeman.
Get ready. Oh, that had to be so exciting. I swear
It was cool.
Why didn't they kick you out of the game for that?
I got special dispensation.
That's ridiculous.
They moved me to another section.
They should have kicked you out. You can't throw the ball
I
back
shouldn't
on the
have thrown
field.
it back. I agree. I shouldn't have thrown it back. I shouldn't have. Jamie pressured me into doing it. It was peer pressure.
You gave in.
I did.
Weak. What a weak
As
individual.
opposed to what? Getting it autographed or keeping it?
No,
I have
you're
it.
not allowed to throw things on the field.
Oh,
No, it was not. I was not setting a good example for everybody.
No, you weren't.
Plus, it was a terrible throw.
You incited. Yeah, it was a little short arm.
It was.
But you incited the fans with that. First of all, great catch came to, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just threw a ball on the field.
Yeah.
At our own players.
Buried the lead. Ben Revere said he was going to catch it, but he thought that would, and then throw it back. Thought that would ruin it, though.
It was a good catch.
he did not watch it into the glove. I've seen it. I've seen the replay.
Mike, you're fortunate. I was fortunate that it went in the glove. 3-0 pitch to Herrera. Inside ball 4.
Getting that fly ball right there, the odds are probably greater against it than a hole-in-one.
So I'm not going to ever get a hole-in-one, huh?
And like 2,500 to 1. I mean, get right where you're sitting, right? You know, right where you're standing out there, getting a home run.
The
hit right in your
remarkable
lap.
thing is, you know, we were out there for a couple of rounds of batting practice earlier in the week, and nothing was going out there at all.
Just to get reads?
Yeah. Now, where we're going this week over the Turkey Hill side, I think for some reason my feeling is that there's a better chance to get one in the front row there.
Yeah.
Than out to the left of the 409 side. John, you've broadcast from stands before. Anything ever come close?
Nope.
That's where I was, where we were broadcasting that night.
Did they mark the seat that you were sitting in?
No, I think we broke it that night, so we had to get a new one. They did not mark it, though.
That's not a cheap one either.
Oh, no, it was a shot.
Freddie Freeman, too, left-hander, going the other way.
Runner goes, pitch is fouled back, and it remains 0-2.
There's a launch angle for you, Freddie Freeman.
He's doing pretty well over at third base, too. That's where we are Wednesday.
We're going to be in those 3 seats. Where are these 3?
Well, we'll be extended a little bit more, but yeah, we have the first 7.
3, 4, 5, 6. So where that guy's sitting right here.
Yes.
You put a table over the first row or something, or do you just sit in the row?
How can I?
We already purchased the tables. We'll put them there.
Not good, because I need somewhere to put all my notes.
Mm-hmm.
You need some room, some place to put your stuff.
Tommy Joseph strikes out. Second strikeout for Peralta. And we do think we'll have power out there for John's fan, or Ben's fan, that we're utilizing.
Like, do we do the open and everything from out there?
Right there? Yeah.
But what about the post game? Hopefully Ben does that because he's younger.
Postgate would be out there, but Ben is younger.
But that's quite the journey, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get you a golf cart, no sweat.
We already purchased tables, Mike. I don't know if we can purchase a golf cart.
Might not be in the budget. There we go. I mean, if we're going to go all out, we might as well get a beverage cart to take us out there.
What are you going to do about ice cream, pre-game ice cream?
Well, the Turkey Hill stand is
Frankie,
about 100 yards
Frankie
away.
Two Scoops will run it out to me.
He would. He would.
He would. It doubt it'd be melted.
Yep. Well, might be able to get some dry ice and
Beverage
bucket or
cart.
something like
I'm
that.
thinking the beverage cart.
By the way, high of 83 on Wednesday.
I'm going to tell you something else, John, you're going to like about that night. They're going to shoot you a hot dog. I mean, a bullet hot dog.
No kid. I'll need my glove for that.
No. You're closer to your man Bull. He'll bring you some vittles.
Yeah.
Fanatic. I have to
I'm assuming
talk to the Fanatic.
If we have to do everything prepared before we get out there, right?
In what way? Yes,
think
everything,
you know,
everything.
yeah.
Yes, you have to
Well,
do
you mean
everything.
like all pregame preparation and studying,
both
and all those
personal
kind of
and
stuff.
Yeah.
you know, and
Personal.
work related.
Personal stuff.
There are restrooms out there though. Plus, we can get a ladder and have you climb down into the bullpen and use the bullpen restroom.
Oh, they have one in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see me
Chain
getting
ladder,
on a ladder.
a chain, like a emergency ladder.
Just give me a rope. I get just like rock climbing, which I do often in the off season.
Mm-hmm. There's the latrine.
Do they have?
Yeah, I could get in there, and one of those guys would lock the door.
Just add to the drama and the comedy of it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Knapp. There goes Odubel. Pitches line foul.
They have lights and everything out there, right? I mean, lights on you for when they go live
Yes.
to you guys.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have power and everything. We think.
As of now.
Carl's going to be up here.
I will be watching.
Pete will be up here. Pete Mickelson, our camera operator.
Well, how are we going to get all our notes?
Carl is going to text me the notes, and I will present them to you. He's just going to give me his sticky notepad.
And why do we need 7 seats?
Well, Ben is really tall and broad.
You need a little buffer from the fans.
Knapp is down on strikes. And
Could that get sideways with the fans if they, you know,
oh yeah, they were great.
something bad happens?
Yeah, but they were great when we were out. Everywhere we've been, they've been great. They've been
No,
fun.
I'm not talking about towards us. I'm just talking about.
Oh, well, no, they'll be fine. Christine will be out there, so we need an extra seat for Christine.
Okay.
And she'll operate she'll work security that night too. Here's Cameron Perkins with 2 men down.
Pity anyone who tries to get near us then.
Joe or Slappy will be out there too for audio purposes.
How's Ben going to fit those long legs?
Well, we can't move the fence. He's just going to have to suck it up for a day. They throw behind Herrera.
Hey, John, can you imagine if you had to every day, you know, walk around the ballpark and do your hits from in and around the crowd?
Doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult.
It's really not.
Where the only place I've ever seen you walk around was in Miami.
You don't pay attention.
Well, I mean, except when you're up there in the concession area getting something to eat.
Well, you can do that on Wednesday.
Yeah, but for people who don't know, behind the scenes, is we get the Murph's not available right now. He's up in the concession area, so don't bring him in for anything.
Man's got to eat, John.
Tell me about it, brother.
Where are you now, Murph?
Now I'm down in the dugout.
Eating seeds.
Nope, no seeds today. I'm anticipating a walk-off interview.
Who you got in mind, Murph?
I think I might grab that Phillies pitcher of ours.
Little tapper foul. So Perkins is behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. 3 straight strikeouts for Peralta. No runs, no hits. 1 man left. On to the 9th inning as the Phils try to win a series.
In Philadelphia, hoping to win this series against Milwaukee. As we mentioned earlier, after the Brewers leave town, the Houston Astros coming in for 3. All games at 7 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Brad Peacock and Vince Velasquez will get the ball on Monday night for their teams. Charlie Morton, the former Phil, and Nick Pivetta on Tuesday. And Mike Fiers and Aaron Nola will take the ball on Wednesday. So that is Phils and Astros on the way. But guys, this one's not over yet.
Yeah, the Phils need to get 3 more outs here, Murph, to win this series against the Milwaukee Brewers. And Luis Garcia is coming on in a save situation. He is 1-1 with a 2.31 earned run average, and he will face Domingo Santana to start things off. It'll be Santana and then Pena. Santana is 0 for 3. He is struck out. He's flied out and hit into a double play. He's not alone in that category. There have been a number of them today. First pitch is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. Inside. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1, 2, 3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. We've seen it 4 times today. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the inside corner, 1-2.
Hey, Luis has been pretty good lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he has the stuff to do it.
The stuff is there to be a closer. I mean, you have to think that Santana's going to get the split right here.
Well, somebody made a nice grab. That's right. Phone in hands. He doesn't know how to react. Nice going.
He'll never forget that moment.
Inside. Bless you, Michael.
Heard it, and I had my hand on the cough button, but that was a sneeze.
Yeah, they need to add another button, don't they?
That's right. It doesn't block out your mics.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Santana. Swing and a miss. Got it with the slider. 1 out here in the 9th inning.
A 99 at the belt buckle of Santana the prior pitch, and then this slider wasn't a great one, but following up a 99, I think it's very effective.
Yeah, the stuff is there to be a closer. I guess it's looking mean and believing that your stuff can close games.
Little pop-up out to shallow right field. Cesar ventures back. 2 outs. Coming up after the game, it's Phillies Post-Game Live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Marshall Harris, Tommy Green are standing by. They'll talk about Jared Eichhoff's day. They'll talk about Nick Williams' day as well. The Phils putting together a possibility of a series victory here at home. That's only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Post-Game Live. One ball and no strikes.
Shin guard?
That's something.
I don't think it drew leather.
That inside pitch has been sort of a Bermuda Triangle for Andrew today. Bouncer right side. This should do it. Cesar Hernandez is up with it in time, and the Phillies have won a series here at home at Citizens Bank Park for the first time since the first week of June, as they take it 6-3 over the Milwaukee Brewers, as Luis Garcia picks up his first save since October of 2015.
Enjoying the weekend, boys. Nice to see the series win.
And the Phillies' first consecutive series wins since April of this year. Their first series win over the Brewers since 2012 when they swept them out. That's amazing that the Brewers have had so much success here in Philadelphia. Yeah, Pete said we're playing better baseball since the All-Star break, and that's what our concentration and focus is right now, and they certainly are doing that. Our WB Mason deliveries of the game. We'll go back to the 4th inning. The home run by Nick Williams.
It looks like a fly ball when it leaves the bat. It carries and carries and carries, and that's one thing you got to like about Nick.
Then Howie Kendrick, this 2-run single, put them ahead for good.
That's big hitting right there. Nobody out, bases loaded, 0-2 count. Force a ground ball right up the middle for 2 RBI.
Well, those are our WB Mason deliveries of the game. All right, we mentioned that Pete said, listen, we're playing better baseball, and that's our sole focus right now. And that's what it has to be. Since the All-Star break, they jumped out and they lost 2 of 3 to the Brewers, but then took 2 of 3 from the Miami Marlins. Our Chevrolet player of the game, Jared Eichhoff today, 6 innings. He probably should have been even out of the inning that he gave up the 2 runs. He had a nice curveball that was called a ball, but he looked pretty good today. He battled again.
Yeah, he did battle. There's some command issues, but you know, like you said, though, he threw some good pitches that probably were strikes that weren't called strikes, but he had that breaking ball going. Double plays, getting double play ground balls, but the curveball getting the strikeouts. We know this Brewers team can strike out, but he had an unbelievable day, plus 2 hits.
2 hits today for Jared Eichhoff, and he is down on the field with our own Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much. They just showed a couple of the pitching highlights. We'll start there and talk a little bit about, this is a pretty good lineup. You were able to keep them off balance for most of the day. What was working for you?
Yeah, I think it just starts with fastball command, and that's for me that's key. And you know, from pitch 1, I felt good. I felt like I could locate the ball, and to have that, that's all I can ask for.
You know, we have asked you so many times, or you've been asked so many times this year about lack of run support. Today you get some run support, especially after you allow the 2 runs and they come right back with 4. How does that settle you down on the mound when you head back out there?
It's huge. To have that cushion out there on the mound is huge. I mean, it gives you more confidence pitching. You can attack the strike zone a little more, and you know, these guys have been putting together runs the past, you know, 5, 6, 7 games now. So it's really cool to see, and they've been playing behind me in the field too. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, now I asked Aaron Nola yesterday, hey, who's the best hitting pitcher on this team? He said Vince Velasquez, and I said, what about Jared Eichhoff? You go 2 for 2 today, you help yourself. Obviously, you know, it's a bonus when you're able to do that, but you enjoy swinging the bat a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. It's funny enough, I got in the cage a little bit yesterday to work on it with Stumpo and Stairsy a little bit just to get some swings in. So I guess I paid off.
Yeah, you put it in the work, you get the results, right?
Absolutely, it feels good. Feels good.
Congratulations on the win, Jared. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you. We appreciate that. The Phils win the series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They take 2 of 3. The season series now 3-3 as we say goodbye to the Brewers for good. Nice weekend for the Phils outfielders. Very productive offensively. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.